You said below $50 million.
And this is not a Brock Purdy thing. This is just a principle thing that I don't think teams need to pay these quarterbacks all this outrageous money, like markets resetting.
Yours is philosophical
salaries
then.
Because it's their turn. Rich's whole thing is it's their turn, and because it is, like it's their turn to get paid. Yes, but do they deserve it? Like just because you're born at the right time and you enter the league at the right time, you deserve $60 million per year?
I didn't expect your Socratic take. I'll be honest with you. That is much deeper than yours is the system. You're mad at the system.
I am mad at the system that's been generated for these quarterbacks. And because what team that has paid their quarterback this outrageous amount, have they gone on to win the Super Bowl yet? I think we're still waiting for the first.
Would you have paid Dak his?
Absolutely not.
Same reason or?
Same reason.
Where do you value Brock next to Dak?
They're about the same. I think if Dak Prescott was the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, they probably would have gotten to a Super Bowl by now also. Maybe they would have won it. I'm not sure. I don't think that win or loss is on Brock Purdy per se. But if Brock Purdy was the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, probably be in the same situation. If they flipped roles, they'd have the exact same careers.
The reason that I say over is because we have seen that if you don't have a quarterback, you just don't have a quarterback. There's almost not that, we'll call it that purgatorious land of you have a pretty good quarterback that can kind of make it happen. If you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to win. And so Dak, Kirk Cousins, these guys are at the bottom of the, we'll call them, I don't want to say elite, but really good quarterbacks. It's so hard to get a really good quarterback that if you Tua,
the bottom of tier two, basically.
I would say, sure, we can call it bottom of tier 2, but like Tua, you had to pay him because if you don't have a quarterback, you have nothing. And so if you get one of those guys, even with a Brock Purdy, I think there's the ceiling. He has not hit his ceiling yet, and you can say he's a system guy, but
is he the reason they win, or does he have all the pieces around him and he just is like, kind of like a point guard?
But same thing with a Joe Montana or a Steve Young or a Troy Aikman, right?
That's a hot take.
Because is it because Troy Aikman's offensive line was awesome and Emmitt Smith was a fantastic running back and Michael Irvin?
Yes.
So, system. All these guys that are elite for a long time are, quote, system guys. So I think
Brock Purdy's only played with superstars.
Michael Jordan had a below 500 record until Scottie Pippen came along.
And Phil Jackson became the coach.
Sure. System, right? The system comes up. So I don't think it should be a negative that you're part of a system that works. I also think we've seen the 49ers make bad quarterback decisions. And that was after COVID, sure, when they drafted Trey Lance, and that was a same year they drafted Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that you have a quarterback, I think you pay the quarterback.
But if you could pay them $40 million instead of $55, you can get 3 other players there that can help your team win.
$10 million, but who are you going to find for $40 million though? That's going to be a quarterback that you can spend the next.
All these guys should say yes to $40 million.
You have a systematic issue with it more than a Brock Purdy shouldn't make the standard.
Tom Brady never made more than $25 million in a season.
Okay, but Babe Ruth never made more than $150 and a Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, but Tom Brady didn't play in the 30s.
But close enough. I hear you. I'm not comparing the systems. I'm just saying, compared to the quarterbacks today, do you think Brock Purdy should make what the high quarterbacks make? He shouldn't reset the market, but should he make $50 million?
Well, you're asking me, is he better than Tua? Is he better than Justin Herbert? Is he better than Trevor Lawrence?
That class? Yeah, would you pay him $50 million?
I don't think he's better than Trevor Lawrence.
So you would possibly let him go or tag him, and then
I would make him prove it. I would make him play this out.
You got to prove it this year because, what's McCaffrey going to do?
Then you Kirk Cousins him for a year and then make him.
Then you're going to end up paying him more than you would have anyway, though.
But make him. Well, he's only making like $1 million this year.
I mean, like if you just gave him the money.
Well,
now.
You could tag him the 42, whatever, and then make him prove it, and then give him a big deal.
Boy, that make him prove it almost never works, though, does it?
Works for whom?
For anybody.
Works for the team.
Kirk Cousins has made a lot of money on you can prove it.
But never won. I'm talking. Like
never won.
Like Dak they were going to make Dak prove it. And he didn't, and they still paid him.
He had them over a barrel.
He did.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.